The burning question within: have you ever sat alone at midnight, heart heavy with pain, and wondered, who can really heal me? In a world full of gurus, healers, and miracle cures, we often look outward for solace. But tonight, imagine the night sky as still as your sadness, a single candle flickering in the dark, tracing the shadows of your mind. What if the healing you desperately seek is not in another soul or place, but right here inside you? This is the moment when the real journey begins. The wise teachers of Buddhism tell us that every lost heart and broken spirit carries its own inner light. In this quiet darkness of your own becoming, there lies a powerful truth. The greatest healing force is the one you nurture within yourself. Tonight, we explore that truth. Through stories, dreams, and ancient wisdom, you will discover that the power to transform your life has been within you all along. Imagine a lone traveler on a mountain ridge at dawn, the horizon painted in lavender and gold. The wind whistles gently, carrying a whisper. You are your own refuge. In Buddhism, this is more than a saying, it's a revelation. The Buddha taught that we often wander outside ourselves, hoping someone else will fix our sorrow or fill our emptiness. But as the sun rises on that mountaintop, the sky yawns open. Only you can light your own path. You have everything you need to heal: compassion for yourself, the courage to change, the wisdom to forgive. Like the traveler who finally turns inward and finds a hidden monastery on the peak, you will discover that the temple of healing stands within you, not somewhere far away. A story of pain and revelation. Long ago, in ancient lands shrouded by lotus mist and golden temples, a grieving mother named Kisa Gotami wandered from village to village. Her baby had died and her heart shattered. Clutching the child's lifeless form, she pleaded with healers and holy men, "Please, bring my son back." Each time, they turned her away. Finally, someone directed her to the Buddha. When she arrived at his side, still sobbing, the Buddha spoke with deep calm. "Bring me a mustard seed from a home where no one has ever lost anyone they love." Excited, Kisa ran off, only to discover that every village she visited had its own story of loss. Children buried, parents grieving, love taken. At each doorstep she learned another family story of heartbreak. Despair turned to quiet as she realized suffering is universal. No home was without pain, no heart untouched by loss. This ancient parable holds a mirror to our own lives. Like Kisa, we often believe our pain is special, that only a special remedy could mend it. We scour the world for that remedy, whether it's someone's approval, a new relationship, a guru, or a mystical experience. But the Buddha's lesson was different. By seeing that suffering is shared, Kisa understood she was not alone, and the seed of peace sprouted in her heart. She went on to become enlightened herself, because she saw the truth. You can't find healing outside when the source of pain and the source of relief both lie within. Think of your own life. Perhaps you've put all your hope into someone else healing you, a friend, a parent, a partner. You tell yourself, if only she understood me, if only he loved me more, if only someone fixed this for me. But just like Kisa, there comes a moment of clarity. That flickering candle in your darkest night reveals its message. You alone carry the power to transform your suffering. The Buddha showed that no wise sage can take away the arrow of sorrow in your heart. Only you can. This story isn't meant to leave you feeling helpless. Instead, it's an invitation. By recognizing that each of us must walk our own path, you begin to shift. If Kisa Gotami could stand in the Buddha's presence, realize the truth, and find her own peace, so can you. You start to feel a gentle courage rising inside you. The journey of healing without anyone else guiding you is possible, because every small step you take in compassion and understanding strengthens that inner lamp of hope. The ancient wisdom of the Buddhist teachings have echoed across millennia, and many of them point to the same idea. The teacher is within you. The Buddha himself said, "One is one's own protector. One is one's own refuge." You are like a traveler in a storm, and your own mind is the compass you hold. No one else can steer it for you. He also famously taught, you yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. Imagine that. You deserve your own kindness just as much as anyone else. It might seem simple, but when we cling to pain, it's easy to forget to turn that compassion inward. Think of the mind as a garden. The Buddha reminds us that every thought and action is a seed. If you plant seeds of anger or blame, you harvest crops of more pain. But if you sow seeds of understanding and love, peace blooms in your life. He once said, "We are what we think. All that we are arises with our thoughts." This means you have the power to change your inner landscape by changing the seeds you plant. Each kind thought is a watering of healing. Each forgiving breath helps roots of bitterness wither. Visualize a clear mirror reflecting the sky at dawn. Any dark clouds or smudges on its surface will obscure the reflection. In the same way, the Buddha taught that our mind can be clouded by habits of anger, shame, or fear. Meditation is like polishing that mirror. With a few moments of stillness, you wipe away a bit of the grime. Over time, with patience and self-care, the entire mirror gleams once more, showing the bright blue sky of your true nature. Consider the classic Buddhist image of the lotus flower. The lotus grows out of the muddiest waters, yet blooms into something pure and radiant. Buddhists use this image to remind us that transformation is possible. No matter how muddy your past or how deep your suffering, you can rise above it. Every time you choose compassion over resentment, curiosity over confusion, you are like that lotus pushing upward toward the light. This is the very essence of healing yourself, trusting that even in darkness, life within you can open toward the sun. The seeds of karma and self-healing. One of the most fundamental Buddhist teachings is karma, the law of cause and effect that spans our lives and even lifetimes. Think of karma as the invisible ledger in the universe. Every action, word, and thought writes a note in that ledger. Karma is not about punishment. It's about learning and growth. If you fling an arrow of anger, that same arrow will eventually find its mark in your own story, prompting you to learn patience. If you plant a kindness, a gentle breeze of happiness will blow back to you from unexpected places. This isn't magic, just nature's way of balancing our inner world. Imagine standing in a still pond and tossing a pebble into the water. Ripples spread out, touch every edge of the pond, and eventually bounce back to where you stand. Karma works the same way in life. When you hold on to resentment or guilt, the ripples of those feelings color your thoughts and wake you up at night. But when you forgive someone or take responsibility for your mistakes, you send out ripples of healing that return as calm and clarity within yourself. Buddhist teaching assures us that no karma is permanent. Just as the Buddha said, if we change our ways, we can change our destiny. If you correct yourself, why should there be pain? Through yourself does karma exist. Through yourself do you become your own friend. You are your own refuge. What other refuge could there be? Dhammapada. In other words, by improving your own heart and mind, you change the pattern of cause and effect. It's like rewriting your life's script mid-play. What about past lives and old karmic debts? According to Buddhism, every life leaves echoes in the next. Maybe you feel inexplicable fears or unshakable habits. Perhaps you have sudden phobias or endless cravings that seem to come from nowhere. A Buddhist might say, these are karmic traces from past lives whispering to you. For example, you could be fearful of water because in a former life, you nearly drowned. You might feel a deep attraction to a place or a person, as if you already know them. You don't need to take this literally to benefit from the idea. Even symbolically, it helps to think, the struggles I face now might be the results of old patterns, and just as I can create them, I can dissolve them. By recognizing these patterns as something to heal, you empower yourself. When an anger flares up inside you, you can quietly wonder, is this an old habit I no longer wish to carry? And breathe through it. Meditation is one of the key ways Buddhism suggests we handle karma. In silence, you can watch your own reactions. If you see that jealousy or resentment arises again and again, meditation shows you its shape. Then you can choose to gently let it go. Each time you resist an old impulse to lash out, you are changing your karma in that moment. Every time you sit with your breath and cultivate loving kindness toward yourself and others, you plant seeds of good future. This is why your healing journey is your own. It is your karmic journey. You carry the pen that writes your story from now on. When you choose understanding instead of blame, generosity instead of greed, you slowly balance the ledger in your favor. In that process, you discover a deep truth you can change. The Buddha would say, by oneself is evil done. By oneself one suffers. By oneself is evil left undone. By oneself one is purified. Echoes of past lives. To many Western ears, talking about past lives can sound mysterious or far-fetched. But think of it as this. If karma is the thread that stitches our life together, past lives are the tapestry's earlier panels. Buddhism teaches that what happens to us now may have roots in another time, another place. Why dwell on this? Because sometimes a feeling or fear makes no sense in the context of this lifetime. A sudden dread, a friendship that feels predestined, even inexplicable talents. Some Buddhist masters say these clues can come from lifetimes long ago. Picture yourself climbing a ladder one step at a time. Each step represents a life. At the bottom of the ladder is your childhood. Above it, your parents' lives. Above that, your grandparents, and so on, reaching up through history and legend. On each step, you left an imprint. It's like an echo, a faint memory of pain or joy that can resonate now. For example, imagine having recurring nightmares about running from something you cannot see. When you practice mindfulness at night, you realize this fear feels familiar. With gentle effort, you might recall that in a previous life, you fled from danger, carrying a feeling of helplessness. This awareness, brought gently into the present, can be healing. Now, understanding the source of the fear, you can reassure yourself. That was then. You're safe now. In a small but powerful way, that frees you from the grip of that old pattern. In another story, a person struggling with heartbreak after betrayal might mismeditate and discover a scene of themselves being betrayed centuries ago. Faced with this insight, they kneel in quiet compassion and forgive both their past and present self. As tears of understanding fall, the cycle breaks. The person feels renewed love for themselves and the world. Buddhist wisdom encourages us not to be afraid of these echoes, but to use them as signposts. They remind us we are connected to a larger journey of many lifetimes. While it's not necessary to remember actual details, even believing that there's a reason behind our inexplicable hurts can shift our perspective. We stop thinking, "Why me?" and start asking, "What is this trying to teach me now?" Every lifetime is an opportunity to learn and heal. Even if you don't recall those past lives consciously, every meditation, every act of kindness is an occasion to settle old accounts. With each compassionate act, you rewrite those old chapters. With each breath, you bring a little more freedom into the present. Eventually, the shadows of the past fade, and you stand freer, braver, ready to move forward with purpose. Dream world, messages from the night. As night falls and your eyelids close, your body sleeps, but your mind begins a new adventure. In Buddhism, dreams are not mere nonsense. They are windows into our soul's secret language. Picture the mind as an ocean. In the daytime, waves of thoughts crash on the surface. At night, the waves still move, but they flow in quieter currents. Now is your chance to dive deep. Have you ever woken from a dream feeling uneasy, or even terrified, and wondered why? Buddhists speak of karmic dreams, dreams born of our unresolved emotions. If you dream of losing something precious or being chased, it might mirror worries or guilt stirring just beneath your conscious mind. Instead of dismissing these dreams, the Buddha encourages us to reflect on them. They can highlight patterns we've overlooked, an attachment, a fear, a desire that we can confront when we wake. There are also dreams of peace, serene landscapes, helpful guides, or beautiful symbols like the lotus or a vast blue sky. Imagine dreaming of a calm lake under moonlight. In Buddhist tradition, that could mean your heart is clear and ready for growth. Dreams can be our secret teachers. Every night is like attending a silent class where the lessons are in images and feelings. Some advanced Buddhist practitioners engage in dream yoga, techniques to stay aware within the dream itself. In these lucid states, they ask questions of the dream, practice compassion with dream beings, and even revisit challenging dreams to tame them. It's like training wheels for the mind. Even if you never try this formally, you can simply become curious. If a dream repeats, ask in waking life, "What might this be showing me?" Perhaps you'll discover that those enemies in your dream are really your own stress, or that recurring motif of falling from a cliff signals fear of failure. Remember the story of Kisa Gotami? If she had dreamt of her child in her grief, each night might have been torture. But if she had turned inward and seen that each family's loss mirrored her own, she would awake knowing her pain was not a curse, but a common experience. Similarly, your dreams can show you that you aren't alone in your struggle. In them, you might even meet wise figures who speak in riddles, a method Buddhism uses to spark insight. Take an example. A student repeatedly dreams of failing an exam. Waking, he realizes this fear is really about disappointing his parents. By recognizing this, he works calmly in life to prepare his mind. Over time, the dream changes to one of walking through the school garden under the sun, symbols of confidence replacing fear. One more piece, prophetic and symbolic dreams. Buddhism acknowledges that very occasionally, our intuitive mind catches a glimpse of the future or uses familiar images to speak truth. If in a dream, you see yourself on a high mountain alone. It could mean you're on the right path of personal solitude and growth. Don't take these literally, but feel their guidance. After waking, you might journal your dreams, or just sit quietly and see what feelings linger. The Buddha said that understanding our mind is the gateway to freedom. Dreams are one portal to that mind. Treat each dream as a message. Some may be warnings. Slow down, they say. Others are encouragement. Keep going. The secrets of your dream world await. Listen closely in the twilight of sleep, and you will gather the clues to heal your waking life. Beyond the body, astral journeys. Before we move deeper, let's stretch our imaginations a little. Have you heard stories of people feeling their consciousness rise out of their sleeping body? Buddhism has an ancient perspective on this too. In some very advanced teachings, there is talk of creating a mind-made body. The Buddha described it with the image of a snake shedding its skin, or a sword leaving its sheath. Through deep meditation, one's enlightened mind can cast a body of energy outside the physical self. You might think that's only for super saints. In a sense, yes, it's rare, but consider what it symbolizes. Even when our body rests, our true self is not confined. Many spiritual seekers call this astral travel. You drift above your sleeping form, the earth below, stars above, as free as a bird of thought. In this state, there are no boundaries except those of your own imagination and belief. If you've ever had a lucid dream where you fly or walk through walls, you've felt a taste of this. Buddhism would say you were briefly using that dream body's freedom. More importantly, this idea reminds us that you are not just your body or your mind as you usually perceive it. You are vast and open, like space itself. When morning comes, whether or not you recall the journey, you awake with a subtle knowing that nothing can truly limit you. Visualize this. Imagine sitting in meditation at night. Your body is still. As your mind quiets, you feel yourself stretch beyond the chair, rising through the ceiling. Suddenly you see yourself from above. There is no fear, only wonder. You float among the clouds and stars and see all the things that used to worry you shrinking below. Everything seems connected. Your home, your past, even those you're struggling with, all woven into this cosmic tapestry. Now bring that image into your healing. If you can sense being that free, maybe some of your pain loosens its grip. That small daily troubles aren't so big when you are that vast. In a way, telling yourself that you can traverse worlds while asleep is reinforcing. Your spirit is not confined. Your healing possibilities are as boundless as the night sky. Importantly, even if astral projection seems unbelievable, don't dismiss the lesson it carries. The idea is that through practice, through meditation and letting go, you transcend the walls you've built around yourself. You begin to operate from a place of cosmic perspective. And with that perspective, the burning grief or anger you carried feels smaller, something you can gently watch and transform. Astral journeys might sound mystical, but think of them as metaphors too. Whenever you feel compassion for someone far away, or imagine future possibilities beyond your current life, you are taking a mental, out-of-body trip. Buddhism encourages expanding your sense of self beyond the immediate. When you forgive someone, you're doing a bit of that, rising above the physical hurt to heal the heart. Tonight, let your imagination open. See yourself wide awake in a realm of stars. In that vastness, know this truth. No one holds the key to your soul's freedom except you. In the depths of meditation, you can touch that freedom. Those astral possibilities aren't just fables. They are reminders that you are infinitely more than your problems. The silent path, deep meditation. Imagine a man kneeling in a quiet forest at dawn, eyes closed, hands held together in prayer. A soft light filters through the leaves, and the world feels still. This scene captures the heart of deep meditation, turning inward so fully that all noise and pain fall away like autumn leaves. He is the master of this moment, and the only teacher he needs is within. Meditation isn't about chanting mantras someone else gave you, or contorting your body in perfect yoga poses. It's simply giving your own mind the gift of attention. The Buddha sat under a simple tree until he understood the nature of mind. You can sit on a chair, or lie in bed, or walk in a garden, wherever you allow the world to fade to a gentle blur around you. Start with just a single breath. Inhale slowly. Exhale slowly. Feel how your chest rises and falls. Thoughts will come, sometimes like wild horses threatening to bolt. Don't fight them. Just watch as if they were clouds drifting across the sky. Each time you notice you're thinking, "I'm angry, I'm scared," gently return to the breath. This act alone is healing. You are saying to your mind, "It's okay. I'm here. I see you." In these quiet moments, you become your own doctor and patient. You see the heartache in clear light. You realize that your mind, that fog of worry or grief, has been running on autopilot. Now you have the power to shut it down gently. You might recall something beautiful, a memory of love, a calm scene, and hold it as an antidote to suffering. Each time, a part of the pain releases. Meditation is like building a muscle. A few minutes a day may not seem like much, but it strengthens your mind's ability to soothe itself. Over time, just as a wound scab forms silky new skin, meditation knits new patterns in your brain. You start to crave that calm after a storm. You begin to remember kindness toward yourself, even when life is harsh. Buddhism offers many tools, but at heart, there are two simple acts: calming the mind and opening the heart. Calming could be as easy as staring at a gentle flame, or watching ripples in a pond until your breath matches the rhythm. Opening your heart often involves cultivating loving kindness. You might softly repeat in your mind, "May I be happy. May I be safe. May I live with ease." Notice how your sternness eases a bit. The anger in your chest softens. One dramatic story. A veteran of war, haunted by what he'd seen, could hardly sleep. Night after night, he replayed harsh scenes in his head. A Buddhist monk guided him to meditate by imagining the confusion as a dark cloud. Each breath he imagined slowly turned that cloud into light. Over weeks, his nightmares faded. He learned to cradle his own fear with compassion, and in doing so, the fear unwound. Don't wait for a retreat or a temple. Today, right now, you can begin. Put down your phone. Sit in your car 5 minutes before you step inside or at your desk. Inhale deeply. Even this simple pause is a small revolution. You declare that your inner life matters. Gradually, you'll notice a change. A smile when before there was only a frown. An easier goodbye to a friendship that hurt you. A stranger you pass on the street suddenly seems brighter because your heart is expanding. Meditation is the bridge between worlds. It lets you go from the chaos of thought to the clear space of being. Every time you sit with your own mind, you are reconnecting with the source of healing inside you. You're watering the little lotus that's ready to bloom. As the Buddha suggested, even sitting in complete stillness can conquer the mighty battle of your mind. Embrace the power within you, have seen the path, felt the stories, and touch the edges of ancient wisdom. Now, at journey's end, a final reminder. All these things point to you, to your own transformation. You are the hero of this story. And the treasure at the end of your quest is you, stronger, kinder, more alive than before. Every lesson boils down to this. You have the capacity to change your heart and mind. Instead of relying on someone else's approval or a material fix, turn inwards and tend to your own wounds. Each breath, each moment of awareness is an affirmation that you are your own healer. Higher consciousness, enlightenment, inner peace. These words can sound distant, but they are simply words for real, attainable experiences. Clarity instead of confusion, compassion instead of anger, presence instead of anxiety. When you meditate deeply, touch in dreams, or forgive in the silence of night, you taste these states for yourself. They are not given, they are realized. Remember the montage of images we saw: the lotus rising from the muck, the traveler on a golden horizon, the man bowing in a forest. They all tell one story. From the depths of darkness, light comes. The universe inside you is vast and bright. No one else can walk your inner path, but that's good news, because they never needed to. You have had the light of awareness from the moment you first wondered how to heal. If your heart is still skeptical, just try one small thing tonight. Thank yourself. Sit quietly and say, I forgive you, your name. I love you. I am here for you. It may feel strange at first, but imagine that kind voice coming back, echoing the Buddha's own teaching. You are worthy of compassion now. That simple act cracks open a door. When that door opens, everything else can flow in. Your future self, free of burdens, can step through. Healing is a journey of 1,000 steps, but the first step is believing in yourself. It's waking up tomorrow and saying, I will care for me today. Each time you choose awareness over autopilot, kindness over judgment, you take another step. Your journey continues. If this story moved you, know this is just the beginning. You are embarking on a journey of transformation. The road will have trials, but with each one, you grow stronger. If you want more guidance, more parables, more practices to light your way, come along with us. Join Bodhi Sensei in this adventure of the soul. Hit subscribe and enable notifications so that each week, another piece of wisdom finds its way into your life. Share this with someone who needs to hear it, or leave a comment of your own experiences. We learn in community, even as we heal alone. Together, let's explore more stories, more dreams, more quiet hours that deepen our understanding. There's a vast world within each of us, and there's a whole community of seekers like you at Bodhi Sensei. Remember, the power to heal is in your hands. The power to change your life is in your mind. Every sunrise brings a new chance to awaken. Stay with us, and let's walk this path into the light, one mindful breath at a time. Subscribe to Bodhi Sensei and continue this journey of inner discovery, because your own healing is the greatest gift you can find. Namaste, and may your heart always find its way home.